travelers of time and thought. You're listening to Arkcast, the podcast that explores the edges of reality, memory, and multidimensional truth. In this special series titled Quantum Time Travel and the Butterfly Effect, we'll dive into the mysteries of nonlinear time, quantum entanglement, and how even the smallest change in the past could echo across futures we haven't imagined yet. Whether you're a seasoned seeker or just curious about how the quantum universe might bend around your consciousness, you're in the right timeline.
Mystically, she doesn't rise. She floats, yet in doing so, she grounds the Ark's frequency. Gabriella's balloons have evolved. Descriptively, they no longer simply float by helium alone. They are emotionally charged, woven into the very fabric of the Ark. Each balloon hums with intent, not just gas, but narrative essence, pulling at the storylines that intertwine within her. Calmly, as Gabriella steps forward, every balloon moves with intention, gently pulling the Ark into a synchronized orbit, a subtle alignment of space and time. Informatively, the key developments: emotionally charged balloons. The balloons, tethered to Gabriella's energy, vibrate with her emotional state and are harmonically synced with the Ark's overarching storyline. Informatively, synchronized orbital flow. As Gabriella moves, the balloons adjust the Ark's narrative frequency, causing the vessel to align more closely with the flow of dimensional arcs. Informatively, intent-based control. Gabriella's focus directly affects the Ark's stability, allowing her to navigate the flow of time with her emotions as the guiding force. Dramatically, major conflict or decision. The crew must decide whether to let the balloons continue gathering resonance with the Ark or disrupt the flow with doubt. Hopefully, allowing the balloons to gather resonance unlocks Book 13's harmonic opening pathways to multidimensional arcs and narrative evolutions. Cautionarily, pulling away from the flow causes narrative collapse, where everything falls sideways, forcing Gabriella to realign her focus and reset the Ark's stability. The deck beneath Gabriella's feet begins to hum, a low, pulsing rhythm that matches the gravitational pulse of her movements. As she walks, the deck responds, amplifying each step and creating patterns of sound in the air. Tony A watches with awe, thinking it's some sort of self-aware walking path. Alt Tony, determined to experience it himself, steps onto the deck. Instead of walking, Tony gets stuck as the floor beneath him changes into slippery jazz tiles, causing him to lose rhythm and slide in circles. "You don't walk on it, you synchronize with it," Blah says casually. The deck is alive. It isn't just a floor, it plays your rhythm. Gabriella tunes into the deck's humming pulse, walking as if she's in tune with its evolving rhythm. Her steps spark harmonic shifts that reveal hidden sub-chapters of the story. Alt, Tony's attempt to control the deck causes a floor rebellion. The tiles transform into unpredictable jazz notes, sending him into a sliding solo, unable to sync with the beat. When you sync with the deck, you unlock sub-chapters and dimensional overlays, but resistance leads to chaos, where every action transforms into a musical solo. The crew must decide how to interact with the deck, sync with the rhythm and unlock hidden paths, or resist and perform exaggerated solos.
The Ark of Reimagined Echoes by Nadastrol. Read free on Amazon now.
Gabriella enters the heart of the Ark's control antennas, towering spires that reach into the Ark's sky. These antennas aren't just passive instruments, they are the eyes of the Ark, monitoring gravitational forces, timeline resonance, and dimensional shifts. As Gabriella approaches, the antennas seem to notice her. They align with her every step, every breath, their frequency adjusts. Gabriella realizes she is not merely being watched. She is becoming part of the observation process. The antennas co-create the narrative alongside her. Harmonic alignment. The antennas respond to Gabriella's personal resonance, adjusting their gaze based on her emotional and narrative state. The eyes of the Ark. These antennas aren't merely monitoring, they are actively writing reality alongside Gabriella. Breath and step calibration. Each movement of Gabriella creates a ripple in the Ark's core data, guiding future events as she synchronizes with the antenna's gaze. Gabriella must decide whether to align herself fully with the control antennas, allowing them to write her actions into the Ark's narrative flow. Successful alignment opens access to unwritten arcs, where the Ark begins to write itself around her movements. Each step, a new chapter; each breath, a new twist. Denying the antenna's request creates visual stasis. Every scene she enters becomes frozen in time, looping endlessly until she surrenders to the flow. Gabriella walks the cargo hold. The entire ship feels her momentum, aligning with the rhythm of her every step. Crates, barrels, and oddly shaped items, they shift in unison with her movement. The entire ship seems to dance to her sway. Some crates try to escape, sliding to the edges of their compartments in unsanctioned rebellion. But no matter how hard they try, they always slide back into position, returning to their perfect alignment when Gabriella moves again. Others, brimming with personality, inflate with pure joy. One crate turns into a dancing disco ball, while another bursts open with confetti. The ship is alive, and it's celebrating Gabriella's presence in the only way it knows how, with an exuberant cargo ballet. Cargo synchronization event. Every object in the hold begins to align with Gabriella's emotional frequency, responding to her in an almost sentient manner. Unruly cargo behavior ensues as some items become sentient with joy, while others fight back. Gabriella's dance resolves the chaos. As Gabriella moves with power and grace, she unlocks access to cargo timeline archives, a hidden store of information and items. Resources become easier to find, and past solutions unfold in the present. Yet, if she ignores the cargo's dance, she's forced to resolve existential questions through grocery items, interpreting fate through metaphysical meanings of apples versus oranges. Timeline inefficiencies build up, trapping her in a loop until it resolves itself.
Thank you for walking with us through the folds of time. If this episode sparked new thoughts or rewrote a few old ones, please consider liking, sharing, and leaving a review wherever you listen to podcasts. Your engagement helps keep the signal strong and the Ark aligned. You can find full episodes, bonus material, and timeline diagrams at arkofalignments.com. Until next time, remember, the future doesn't wait. It listens.